Redlight Reflections. Advice on love from a showgirl. He walked into the dimly lit room, amidst the smoky haze and sensual perfume, where the air was thick with whisper and sighs, and the sound of music filled his eyes. He saw her, a vision of beauty and grace, a dancer with a smile on her face, asking if he wanted to dance, but he had something else on his mind, a chance. He wanted to know how to make a girl feel loved, and hoped her advice would be a treasure trove of insights and secrets he could use to make the girl he truly longed for feel joy and enthused. But the dancer's advice was not quite what he sought. It came from a place of pain and fraught, of a broken heart and shattered dreams, a perspective he didn't quite deem. Still, he listened and felt a sense of empathy for the dancer and her struggle with destiny, and as such, the advice wasn't quite what he sought, but he left feeling a little less lost and distraught, for in that club, amidst the lust and desire, he found a human connection, a tiny spark of fire, that showed him that even in the darkest of places, there can be a glimmer of authenticity among new faces. Gold and grey. She is golden hour, I am overcast sky. Two books with different covers, telling the same lie. Behind shining eyes and glowing smile, brews a storm cold and dark. We find comfort in our contrast, her blizzard to my spark. Though we may look odd together, we could not be more at peace, for there would be no good weather if the bad were to cease. Cassie, whose mother killed her. Cassie must have been hit by a car, or maybe fell down a flight of stairs, because her limbs don't work the same. She is a toothpick tower of tape, always on the verge of collapsing, and perhaps the car hit her throat, because her voice just ain't right. She doesn't speak, and when she does, she looks like she's always trying to keep down a bulge of sticky vomit. Maybe she started doing drugs, and that's why she doesn't eat or drink, why her arms have been squeezed thin, and maybe the car, the stairs, the drugs, all share a name, the name of her mother who went into the garage and stole her laugh, stole her body, because a death is very rarely a death, but a battlefield of kneeling bodies, and Cassie is one such casualty. Handshake. An outstretched hand slowly retreats, accepts defeat. You've come so far, but now it's time to go. This journey you cannot complete. You hope, you pray, you beg that they did not see that embarrassing rejection. A handshake tells you so much more, a clear and true reflection of your soul. Looking for love in the summer cicadas. I'm still looking for love in the summer cicadas, so close, so clear, and yet I can't find them. Their song intoxicates me, and yet I don't know where it comes from. I know that love exists, but on what branch? Which tree? I still drive by. I don't want to talk to you, but I'll wish you a happy birthday. I'd rather you didn't respond at all. I've got nothing more to say. I never knew you in the way they did, but I knew you deeply. I'd stay up long past midnight and we'd talk to each other sleepily. I knew you in ways they could never dream, somehow. You did things that tore me to shreds, but it's okay now. I still see your face in cartoon characters that have weird hair. Although I don't want you around, I'm happy you were there. You made me feel like a criminal, like the law was against me. We'd have talks of running away, but it was all just fantasy. You remind me of foxes and car headlights. I don't know why. I remember your address like it was mine. I still drive by. Thanks, I love you. Hi, you found me? Or did I find you? Whatever. Well, not whatever actually. Somehow, in this vast, terrifyingly beautiful, ever-growing cosmic experience that we call the universe, our paths crossed. Not only did they cross, they collided, crashed, fused together, became one. And I think that's pretty special. And I love you so, so, so much. All the people to ever exist, all the love to have ever been felt. You and I somehow, in a sense, found each other. Was this meant to be? Of course it was. Between me and you, I can't really stand anyone else in this world. Sometimes I can't even stand you. But not in a bad way. In a good way. In a loving way. In a, hey, you're kind of driving me crazy right now. But at the end of the day, regardless, I can't wait to lay my head next to yours and fall asleep with you, kind of way. If that makes any sense. It doesn't? Oh well. I guess what I mean is, you're the only person who truly understands me, and the only person I can spend every day with and still want more time with you. Crazy? Yep, but I don't care. I wish there were a word I could say to tell you how much I truly, truly love you. A word that could let you know I'll be here for you forever, until the end of time. A word that I could say to let you know I'm always thinking about you and always sitting here with a big, dumb, goofy smile on my face. Is there a word for that? I guess I don't really need one, do I? Because you love me. You make me feel loved. No, you make me feel more than just loved. Is that a thing? Of course it is. There's just not a word for it, I guess. And that's okay, because instead of just telling you, I'll show you. Every day of my life. For the rest of time, I guess. I'm glad you're here with me. Sure, it's only a blink in the history of the universe, but to you and I, it's a lifetime of lots of blinks, and laughs, and cries, and hugs, and tacos. So, I love you, and I'm here for you. Don't ever forget it. Thanks. Actually, I'm not done yet. I'd like to say something else. In the scale of the universe, we're pretty small, but I truly believe that there is no universe where we are not together, where we don't work. That time doesn't exist. You're my constant, and I'm yours. There is no universe without you and I for one think that's pretty neat. Enough. I've had enough. For far too long I have forfeited, allowed you to trample me time and time again. No longer. Cracking the chrysalis, crushing the cage, crumbling the container, with cataclysmic rage, behold as I fly far away from here. You can hurt me no longer. Edges. All these people are perfect little puzzle pieces, perfectly ironed shirts with none of my creases, but I have sharp edges and jagged sides, pretty little shells I washed out like the tide. Maybe it's the way I talk, my annoying laugh, the way I walk. Maybe this time I'll be enough. If I paint my nails, if my face wasn't so rough, I'll cover up the bumps and bruises, so that I'm the one he chooses. But I didn't end up with the short end of the stick. No, mine was just cracked and broken. The stick no one would ever pick. You. I hate it when you cry because I don't know if you're faking it. I hate it when you act nice because I know you're anything but. I hate it when you lie. I should have expected it. You make me feel like I'm bad for doubting your intentions, even though I know you. I know you. You're a liar, a fraud. You're a two-faced ghost haunting me. Wherever and whenever, you're there chasing me. Your tears, your acts, your lies, they taunt me, begging me to challenge you because you know no one will believe me. You know no one will trust me over you, pick me over you. You who has stolen so much, a most finest thief. You who has darkened my days and hardened my gaze. You who I once held so dear. You who held the knife, smiling ear to ear. Changing seasons. Someone once told me, good times and hard times are like changing seasons. Her words were courageous to me, and she has all my admiration. This winter has been shivering cold to me, and has made me a heathen. Although my optimism is waiting for that spring to bring me warmth and affection, if I choose to abandon this journey, would this be considered a treason? Because someone once told me, good times and hard times are like changing seasons. Grief. They say grief comes in waves, much like the ocean, rising and falling, drawn to the moon, but always being shy of reaching. My soul feels like the waves, longing to reach yours again, crashing down again and again. With each failed attempt, I lie in darkness, hoping to just feel the touch of your hand. My heart longs for you, and my mind screams for you. They say I'll see you again, but nobody knows when. They say it'll be alright, but it never feels like it is. Some say, take time. It's okay to not be okay. I don't know if they realize the part of me that left that day. Grief comes in waves, and I feel as if I'm drowning. Coming ever so close to the surface, only to be dragged down again. Down into the deep depths of my heart. Down into the dark abyss that has become my mind. They say to take it in stride and feel the emotions. Do they realize what you meant to me? Do they realize how comforting you were? Your voice, your touch, your very presence, you lit up any room. And everyone wanted to know you. Now that you've left, everything seems hollow, empty. Grief comes in waves, but do the waves stop? Or do they just die down, lying in wait? Waiting for the day I feel like I used to, only to drag me back down. Do they want to show me I can never stay afloat? Do they long to touch the moon as much as I long to hear you? Are you up there, watching me, watching all of us? Are you proud? Do you wish things could have been different? I know I do. Grief comes in waves, each one different than the last, each one trying, fighting to keep me back. I live my life with my head barely above. I try to live in a way you would love. You taught me a lot, how to love, how to hurt, how to be soft yet strong, how to be kind yet firm. Everyone talks about pain like they understand, but how can they? How can someone sympathize the feeling of the whole world being shaken, the feeling of being torn to your core? How does one understand exactly how you feel? Sure, we try to be kind, try to show love and support. This is different for all of us. Grief comes in waves, and I struggle to stay afloat. Lost in the ocean, without a lifeboat. Lost in the vast sea, this is my grief. Some would say I'm lost without a paddle. Maybe that's true, but all I wanted was to be lost with you. Hello, that concludes episode 2 of Poetry from Reddit. Again, I want to say a huge thank you to all the artists who allowed me to read their poems, and if there's any that you really enjoyed, please check out their work using the links below. This is all still a learning experience for me, and I really appreciate everyone who took the time to listen to the video.